what is my speed currently. So it is pretty decent. Let's open the website and see what will be offered on the main page. So main page using lazy loading, and from what we can see, elements are being pulled the moment we scroll to them, and the first contentful paint was quite quickly. And it is also built the way that it's basically have a lazy loading elements that would prevent us from getting into footer, but that's fine. So let's see what we have on the main page. And we have the classic approach where we have announcement bar, we have a video, hero section with the video. Let's take a look. And it would not start by itself. It is hosted on Vimeo, not on YouTube, and we should explicitly click play to make it play. So it is intentionally made like that to not load any experience, and the video player JavaScript is loaded only when I'm clicking to this picture, and as you can see, it's initiated once again. So this is how it's made. Then we have a section that basically shows us the sale event they currently have and reasons why we should go straight and start shopping right away. So we have the trial, which is 100 days. It's like all the reasons why there is yes or yes sort of offer on their page. So the 100 days trial, free and fast delivery, it's 100. I'm just trying to find an example where a specific online store will say we have 70% free and fast delivery. Forever warranty and financing available. Financing in the world of sofas, it's like financing in the car dealerships. They really, I don't know how much margin they have on the financing. They're really disappointed when you buy something just using your cash. And we have some additional sections like best sofa in a box, and I'm not so deep in housekeeping and furniture. While I should admit I'm a coach animal, and recliner is my usual place of staying at home. So here we have basically the 1, 2, 3. Oh, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And obviously everything is super easy. You can configure your own thing. It's all US based, which suggests you would not wait for enormous amount of time. And here we finally have options. As you can see, every single image is being loaded when I'm scrolling it, which is not optimal, to be honest, because by the time I arrived here, we're already talking for like 7 minutes, and they will have all the chances to preload all of those pictures. But they decided not to do it, and now the experience of this carousel is not optimal. Okay, now we have the praise, like they're being liked by media, they're being liked by customers. Everything's fine. If I click see more, it will redirect me to the dedicated reviews page, and as we can see, they're using Yotpo here. And here are the differentiators and good points about things. The how-to video, again Vimeo. The biggest challenge on furniture niche is that the store needs to show their product the best possible way, which means high resolution, really good photos, and essentially challenges that you need to show a lot of content and a lot of media files, but it all should be very fast to be loaded. Okay, here we go. They explain their materials, they explain how simple the assembly would be. Greetings from IKEA. And we have the user-generated content. So it's probably some sort of Instagram feed. And what's funny is that this carousel was the last slide, because it's somehow catching the state of this carousel above. So it's a sort of glitch, I guess. But anyway, and we have social proof, we have user-generated content, everything is fine. And those are their brands, that's what I understand. It's all formed by Helix or just Helix. Again, all the carousels are actually in the same state, which is enforced by the very first one that I just scrolled. And regarding the footer navigation, what they're doing on the store is that they have first all the stuff about their company, their materials, their way of manufacturing, and only then actual collections, I guess. So all furniture, armchairs, and so on and so forth. And then all the additional useful resources, traditional newsletter, and we can see that they're present on Instagram, which is not a surprise at all, and Twitter and Vimeo. And they basically have their socials on the footer menu. So normal flow is that I'm actually searching for a sofa. I would basically put into Google some specifics, and then I would go into the product details page, because oftentimes the place which I'm redirected to from the search results is actual product details page, and it acts as a landing page. So what we can emulate here is that I can just say all form, I don't know, 3-person custom sectional, and Google it. Okay, so this is what pops up, and Google is actually very kind, because the whole top side of a search results page is dominated by competition, I guess. And here we can see who is advertising or for this keyword, or like for the part of this keyword. And then we only have the all form, and the all form advertised for its own company name. And finally we have this custom 3-seat sofa. So their strategy, I mean, I don't know if it's their strategy or just Google does it, is that you basically have collection pages ranking higher than the product details page. And I don't know, is it coincidence or they intentionally don't use Google Shopping feed? I just don't know. But I don't see their own products in Google Shopping feed, how I can see it oftentimes in different cases. But let's assume I clicked on a specific product, which is that one. So here's the product, and this is how it loads. So we're currently on the product details page, and they're using a nice trick that placing the photos of a product on a fixed pane that does not scroll with the rest of the page, and we can basically see those pictures continuously and admire them, how the sofa actually looks cool. So now we're switching to the next section. Here is the customizations. So another thing about challenges on managing media for furniture online stores is that in most of the cases, or oftentimes, you can actually customize, and especially in that case where they say it is custom made, it's made to order in the US, you sort of expect that you can, choose the upholstery, fabric, and there is options. So here we basically clicking that I'm choosing walnut leg finish and whiskey leather, which goes perfectly for couch. So they're updating a photo based on what options is being chosen. So for each combination, it basically shows the specific photo. And the third step is actually pillows. And they're not so clickable, to be honest, and I would, I guess, not show the products that are out of stock as a suggested, because it's just a waste of space here, and spacing between those boxes with the products could be smaller just to allow a bit bigger image. And like from the perspective of a buyer, I'm more sort of interested to know and see some more details about ottoman picture, not necessarily focused on a square pillow. And square pillow looks way much bigger than the ottoman, but okay, I want 10 ottomans with that sectional sofa, which skyrocketing the price, but it is what it is. And now 10 arm. Let's proceed further. Now we're learning that awards, blah blah blah, but okay, so we have add to cart continuously here as a blue button, which was a bit confusing, but it's just me. And what's interesting is that if I'm scrolling down, the add to cart button is actually goes away. And this is sort of also confusing, because you would normally expect that this thing on top with all my configured enormous effort of choosing the products, it should stay, but it's not. Fine. Okay, this is the product details page. I'm not so focused on going through all of those sections, and I feel that they're here below just because on a desktop mode they basically have it organized a little bit different, and on the mobile just never-ending wall of content. And as you can see, it's lazy loaded and sort of messing up the scrolling experience. And again, I repeat myself, I spent significant amount of time by configuring and putting the ottomans and all this stuff, so there was plenty of time to preload all of those pictures, or at least low quality placeholders, just to keep the sizing of a section in the HTML DOM and prevent those jumps when I'm scrolling. Okay, now I feel lost, but let's scroll back to the add to cart and cart basically. Wow. Okay. So we have some upsells, and those upsells, I guess the insurance is powered by Mulberry, and this is plugin, and I don't want to put that. It's interesting that they reloading a whole cart when I'm changing the quantity of a product in the cart, and I don't know why they're doing it, but it's fine. Okay, so free shipping, no contact delivery. That's good. Nobody should contact my couch. And forever frame warranty, which is interesting. It was like you buying a leather couch and you have only frame warranty, which is okay. What's the warranty for the couch itself, or like the upholstery? I don't get it. I don't have any FAQ or anything else. And we see the upsells that are discounted now. So the ottoman is $5.95. Yeah, the same price. So it's not any different from what I basically put into the cart on the product details page. So it's not different. And they get rid of the footer from the cart page. My understanding is intentional. So let's go to the checkout. And now Shopify kicks in. Okay, it loads. They use Express Checkout. They most likely have Shopify Plus, those bars on the top, but it would be probably advanced as well. But anyway, so nothing special here, and we're basically able to see the order summary, and we can't amend anything on that step already. So this is the flow, basically, how I search for a product, see the product, and make a purchase. Let's navigate. This logo, by the way, is not clickable. And let's navigate and see how other things look like. So we went through the main page, and let's see how the navigation looks like. So when I'm opening a main menu, it's just those menu items. It's one on screen, and I have choice of all products and sorting options with a most popular sofa that is displayed in the form of a picture. So okay, I see now. Let's do armchair. So this is the collection page, that's my understanding, where we see all the armchairs. And the move here is that they show available upholsteries for the armchair on the specific box of a product. And this way we can play with the color before viewing the product, and it's actually very kind that they remember that I clicked the blue upholstery. After the redirect, it doesn't lose this choice, and we have the pretty much similar approach for a product details page view. This is all about proving how they contribute to ecology. LED lighting, so they don't burn electricity. Water-based glue, 95% recycled metal, that's good. 100% recycled packaging and 100% recycled padding. So like everything is recycled basically. Okay, let's take a look on some pages. So all of those pages in the footer section under the About Us, it's all for SEO purposes. So they basically build content pages that then being reused on like those sections, those like either exact sections or part of those sections are actually used on the product details page. And from the perspective of SEO, I don't see much cross-linking and stuff like that, but I guess it's all there if we'll go start digging. And assembly instructions, this is a must-have for a furniture. What else? Financing referral trade program. So this is also something that I see very often on the furniture brands. They actually looking into building relationship with design agencies like interior architectures or somebody else who is in a B2B space and I don't know will buy sofa for a small hotel or something like that. And they basically have those trade programs, and in many cases they're just sort of fill out the form, or they could be actually more advanced where the person who is looking into joining the trade program could fill out the form, get an account, and put together a shopping cart full of the items they're actually looking to purchase, but they need request for quote first and essentially ask for that quote. And this is more streamlined and better approach. So the trade program is the form. I would not fill it up now. And they do have job section, which is probably a redirect somewhere, but we can learn about their company, and they're being around since 2015. Looks like fun. Everyone is happy, and there's a bunch of roles open, so looks cool. And now I suddenly see the currency drop down. And that's probably because the job side is on the helixsleep.com domain, which basically redirected me from the all forum. And I'm returning to all forum, and there is no currency. So I guess Helix also sells to Canada. And the side note, what's the difference between Helix and Allforms is that Helix throws this newsletter sign up modal pop-up, while the Allforms is very, very, I would say, minimalistic and not overloaded, because on the overview of what we see on the shop, it's also very important to tell what we don't see, because in many cases store owners are so obsessed with improving the conversion, and on that mission they basically overload you with the pop-ups, with the additional bubbles coming in about the special offer and so on and so forth, because there's so much effort, so much money spent to bring that customer to an online store. And if that someone already arrived there, they will make everything to convert. So in some cases it is actually makes the opposite and confuses the user and customer, just being overloaded. So I think that this is pretty much it on what's going on the website. And as we can tell, this shopping plaza treat us very well with the 5G today, so we didn't have any troubles of navigating through this online store, and it was loading pretty quickly. And given the speed we actually have, I'm doing those amendments, making those amendments of saying like, oh, they actually could load those pictures, but let's be honest, I'm just too picky, and it all works just fine. So all in all, it's a very high performance store. And let's take a look on some stats. I'm usually using SimilarWeb to take a look on how they getting their traffic and what's their competition and so on and so forth. So on the SimilarWeb, we can see that allform.com shows roughly 120k visits with a bounce rate 25%, which is not much. A lot of page per visit. Visit duration is like 4 minutes almost. And as we can see here, that are the similar sites, but they're not necessarily supposed to be shops or in furniture space. And majority of their customers coming from US, 87%, Canada, and other countries. And from the perspective of the way how they finding them, like how they end up being there, direct is 26%, which could be pretty much anything. Referrals could be direct, and it's blurred. And search traffic is 27, social is 16, so they're very heavy on social. And display ads 7%, which is interesting. In many cases I saw the display ads weren't significantly larger than a couple percent. And here are the top keywords that brought traffic to them. As usual, people are lazy and they just don't type the main full. They just put a name of a company and expect to see that company on top. And I guess this is pretty much it. So if you have a shop in mind and you want me to make a overview of this shop using mobile internet connection on the field and make this video about another brand, I'll be very happy to do it. In the meantime, please subscribe and stay in touch. Thank you very much. Have a great weekend. Bye.